sort of let them know that we'd cleared the blight, made sure that the group of pestle worshippers can't not come back. Cat and Bart discussed getting something from the pestle worshippers that had come by to try and help us locate them, but alas, nothing had been left that would be able to be used to magically track them. We did also notice that around town there were large numbers of groups of pilgrims wearing religious symbols, a wide variety of symbols, but ones we picked out that we recognized were those of Lyra and of Lyra and Asmodeus. We asked Leonard about this, and he said there seems to be an uptick in activity of large numbers of different religious groups migrating to the area. Cat uses this opportunity to approach the group of Lyra worshippers, seemingly because, that's the one that she's going to have the most social favor with. Using her detect thoughts, she realizes there's some sort of race happening between the different groups to fill a gap in the pantheon. She engages the leader in conversation, reveals herself as an Azamar of Lyra, and the group leader divulges that there is a gap in the primary pantheon. One of the main gods from the pantheon of this world has disappeared without record. No one knows who it is because their records have been expunged, seemingly by magical means, and the race is on to find who is going to fill the power vacuum and become a major player in the pantheon of the world. Of course, Lyra has got some followers going through that way, and then a lot of other more minor deities, including Monkey, are making a push for this as well now, so it seems. The Lyrans in particular are heading for the largest chapel in Alona in Spalding, and then in Toti.
Toti? Letoti.
Letoti. Letoti. Fair. Katarine uses her earrings to transmit this information over to the rest of the group, and we agree that keeping other deities out of that place would be a worthwhile goal for us. Certainly one of the ones available to us is going to be more beneficial than someone like Asmodeus. Whoever would try and install someone like the Master of Ooze in that place as well. Who knows? Never know where that's going to go. Upon the rest of our crew arriving from a failed investigation back to the Dragon Turtle Corps to find something related to the Pestel worshippers to track them, we get a shipping boat through the swamp to take us closer down through to our destination of Spalding, following the river down to the Vida Vineyard. During the trip, Bardakov feels strange and has some kind of contact from his patron who makes an offer that it will pay off his debts and still keep Cat protected, providing that Bart continues to work in its favor and potentially do his best to install it in this power vacuum, implying quite heavily that if Bart refuses, the patron will take control of Bart's body and force him to cut Cat's throat in her sleep. Bart kind of has to obey because his primary motivation in life is to keep Cat safe and alive. And, well, you know what? If working for an evil slime deity is going to help him do that, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. He's already committed at this point. During the watch in the evening, Bart and Cat talk about their journey, processing how they ended up here, and worried about what moves they're going to be making on the grander scale. Sandy takes his watch to play cards with the crew and finds that one of them is able to pretty much completely block his ability to read their mind by using well-trained techniques of just thinking about nothing and thinking about a particular song to block out any other thoughts, mainly to prevent people from reading their mind during gambling and cheating through psychic powers. Somebody has a quick talk with Mama Busi about the opening of the Pantheon, and she confirms that she would like him to push for her position in that to be fulfilled. So there's a nice little bit of cross-party interest there. Our travels take us through a wide open plain of flowers and grassland, something that most of the party has actually never seen, and brings us to the Vida Vineyard in essentially a festival season or a carnival. End up going into a tailor's and being transformed into some marvelous costuming, gussied up real good to enjoy the festivities. Throughout the course of the carnival, Sandy takes time to find the mentally fortuitous boat crewman. Finds out that he had just chopped a dude up, just straight up murdered someone, killed them in cold blood, and that is a thing that he just enjoys doing for fun on the regular. Sandy doesn't really care because he's not trying to kill Sandy, so, makes a friend out of him. He does say that he's quite interested in killing one of the members of the group, who's described as that big, handsome one over there. Sandy makes the assumption that this is Bart, warns Bart about it. Nothing really happens. As it turns out, he meant Monkey, and no one thought to mention any kind of warning to Monkey at all. So Monkey was left to fend for his own devices and engage in some interesting conversation with the man who wants to gut him like a pig. So far, no problems, but we all know how that's going to go. And I believe that's where we left off.
So, Monkey is not, in fact, by himself, as he has his devout follower, Glenn, following him around, as he always does. The three of you are enjoying some very expensive booze, getting... Well, Glenn, you don't really get drunk, right? You're immune to poison?
Yep.
Yeah, and Monkey's been throwing his shots out instead of drinking. So this individual's the only one drinking. Yeah. After a couple of hours, he is rightfully shit-faced and crashes on the table.
Oh. Does that mean we got to pay for the tab?
I think we can. Let me see how much I got. Hold on one sec. Do. And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Where is my? Hold on one second.
Well, I mean, I hate to leave him like this. I mean, he was inviting us out to drinking, so maybe we should bring him back to the ship.
Yeah, I think we need to get him back where it's
All right.
We need to get him back where it's safe.
All right, good call. Upsy daisy now, and I'm gonna try to put him around my shoulder and try to carry him back to the ship.
All right,
Okay.
and then I will.
So, Monkey, there are things that you can't exactly hide when you're doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say it out loud.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's fine. And what I can't hide, I will snag along the way, because that was a nat 20. And is there enough coinage there that I can pay for the drinks, or
Enough coinage to play for the drink? Oh, absolutely. This individual has, surprisingly, 13 gold pieces, 26 silver pieces, and the drinks only cost a total of about 10 silver. So
Okay.
1 gold if you wished. But they don't really accept gold in this establishment, more or less. They want the silver. It's not high-end enough to actually take gold. And like 8 copper pieces.
okay? I will leave. Thank you very much. We got to get our friend home. Here's 20 silver, 8 copper. We'll be back. Thank you for. It was a pleasure. sheet.
So, that's the stuff that you could easily have slated. While you're leaving, carrying the body away, tucked into his belt on his back, hidden very well underneath a very loose-fitted shirt and vest, the individual has a set of wrapped tools. Very nicely wrapped and embroidered with some type of unique symbol that you can only feel unless you're just looking at it openly as you're walking down the streets.
All right, I will tuck him away, and so I can peruse later. Well, it was a fun night there, Glenn. Too bad he didn't last longer, but it's all right. We'll get him
Right.
back.
The dude may look tough, but can't really hang with the boys, can he?
Nope, not at all. Here's 5 gold for being so good and helping me out, and I'll give Glenn 5 gold.
Oh, thanks, Monkey. You didn't have to do that.
I know, but I want to make sure that I can't do math and talk at the same time. I want to make sure that,
A common affliction.
especially with an accent, I want to make sure that you got some spending money in your pocket, so that you see something nice you might like, you got it.
Thank you, man. All right.
As,
Well, let's get you back.
as the two of you were walking back over towards the ship, that is still sitting at the Crosslands River, you see Katarine dancing in the crowd, hanging out with a bunch of people. Bart standing close enough in proximity to be one very quick dash over to her. Maybe grooving a little bit, Bart. I'm not sure if that's your style. And Samdi kind of just watching the crowd from a little bit further away.
They have beads, or no?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to toss Samdi and Bart some beads.
Bart, a halo of purple beads wraps around your neck.
I'm down with it.
Okay. Well, this is the part where you flash. No, we're fine. Just nobody's doing that in this
Have you
town.
seen his armor? He's already flashing.
Just pops a catch on his armor, and the nipple guards just.
The nipple guards, yeah. Just,
Yeah, he has separate.
They're
nipple
latches,
places.
just-
It's not
flip
nipple
them.
guards anymore. It's nipple windows.
Yeah.
My God.
Heard
Gotta
of a
let 'em
boob
breathe.
window before, but
Oh,
Samdi, you
sorry.
catch your yellow beads as well.
I look over, see Rick.
Yeah, you see Rick being carried by Glenn and Monkey.
Oh, he meant monkey.
hey,
Never even thought
Zombie,
of this, Glenn.
he didn't make it. He tried, but he just couldn't keep up, and hell, he's not with us.
Is he clearly breathing?
Because there's different meanings. He didn't make it.
He is clearly breathing.
Pretty tough guy, though. He took quite a few shots before, knocking out.
His eyes flutter open and he looks over at you. Does this, Samdi, and then just lays back down.
Can I insight check to see if he's actually
Drunk?
shit-faced?
Sure, go for it.
Oh.
As best as you can tell, he looks shit-faced. He might be faking. Can't...
I might be new to this friend thing.
Yeah.
I remember at time I had a friend for a couple hours.
God.
I'm just gonna pop into his mental thoughts at the moment. Just listening to his surface thoughts. Is it just like the fucking flat line?
World is spinning and spinning and spinning.
Gonna close that channel. Gonna get vertigo from it. You had fun.
He's still like lying there, eyes closed.
I'm going to say to Monkey, his quarter should be with the rest of the crewmen, and I give him directions if he hasn't actually socialized with the crewmen. But knowing Monkey, he probably did.
All right. Yeah.
Less
Good to know,
socializing,
thank
more proselytizing.
Well, I want to hurry up and get him back to his quarters then, because I like this party that's going on.
you. Yep, we can get back out, and we'll be back with y'all.
Alrighty. The two of you begin marching away, and as you are doing so, out of nowhere, to the north of you all, there is an explosion that happens, and you watch as this big pluming cloud of smoke and flame shoots into the air before settling.
Whoa. What was that? Is that like... It's like magic in the air? What was that?
Anyone proficient in Arcana, roll me an Arcana check.
Going for it.
I swear.
I'm not proficient.
Fuck.
I
11.
not proficient, but I have advantage.
That doesn't give you proficiency.
Is there any sort of flat surface, like any sort of carpet or rug anywhere?
Sure, yeah. There's like a nice, like, hay woven doormat in front of the shop that's currently closed that you're in front of.
So when they say cut a rug, they don't mean that.
I'm going to quickly cast telekinesis, jump on it, and fly up to get a better vantage point.
Everybody, Monkey or Samdi is on a flying carpet. Well, flying doormat.
That's better than a cloud that never shows.
Should I follow him?
He's just elevated back up.
I do have a question, Joey.
Yeah.
How far away was the explosion?
Maybe a block and a half, 2 blocks away.
Okay.
On your 11, you couldn't discern if there was anything magical about it, but it definitely didn't seem safe.
Gotcha. As all this is happening, I'm going to Arcane Eye.
Mm-hmm.
I can start 30 feet away from me, and every action it can move. Every round it can move 30 feet.
All right. And Glenn, you're clicking your winged boots
Yeah.
together.
Is there a place that we can put him down where we're at? I mean, obviously the street, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, is there like a chair, like a table, or something?
There's a crate of pumpkins you could lay him on top of.
I'm gonna gently put him down in a nice like sleeping position, so he's
On the
comfortable
pumpkins,
enough.
or in front of the pumpkins, or behind the pumpkins.
Would
Curl
pumpkins be pumpkins be comfortable to lay on top on?
I
don't
have
think so, right?
drunkenly woken up on top of them, and I was not happy.
Okay, yeah, then next to it, maybe like just leaning on one.
He'll get the fragrance of pumpkin without the pain of pumpkin.
And he'll just start like cuddling one of them, holding it.
There you go, buddy.
All
You're
right.
safe here.
So,
And then I'm gonna fly up and follow.
Katarine, your eye taking off. Samdi, your magical little rug taking off, and Glenn taking off over in that direction. As you are heading out there, there is a large building, 2 stories, that seems completely engulfed in flames, and the flames are stretching from it to a small bakery right next door to it as well. You see that there are guards running with these pails of water as quickly as they can over towards the location, and they're screaming and hollering about it. It's definitely not a feature of the festival, more of a coincidence of something.
How big are the pails they're carrying?
Their pails are about 5 gallons each. Not really that big.
Do I see a water tower of any sorts?
Roll me a perception check.
I would like to use my game advantage. Because I feel like it's going to be shit. Well, it was shit either way. 15 ain't bad, it's just
15's not bad.
low
There's
average.
no water tower, but you do see that there is a well, not very far from the location.
More or less, the reason why I asked for a water tower, I should have specified this. I'm looking for a large container.
There's a well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to park my newly found magic carpet. And I'm going to run over to the guard. What happened?
The guard seems very stressed at the moment as you have to keep up with him. He's running water over towards the location to start throwing it onto the flames. He looks over at you. No idea. There was just a random sizzling sound and then explosion happened in the alleyway.
Do I see a wheelbarrow of any sort?
With your perception check of a 15, yeah, you see a wheelbarrow. Or a closed back cart. Not really wheelbarrows, they wouldn't have those. But a closed back cart.
Is this is the only source of water the well?
There's the river, but we don't drink from that.
I'm asking you, Joey, is the river nearby?
A few 100 feet away.
Well, I have 60 feet of range of this, so anything can be within 60 feet of me. I'm going to pick up the cart and just over the course of a few turns, if you want to get it specifically, I'm just going to dunk it in the river and then float.
All right. So while you're doing that, Glenn, you would have been next person on the scene at this point. You see this large display happening, all of the people running around hectically, and some people are concerned about their homes having the flames stretch further and further and start encompassing that as well. Anything you would like to do?
So I'm just gonna say, well, this doesn't look like it's part of the festival, and noticing that, I guess I would notice that somebody's also trying to put out this fire, so I'll fly down and just assist as much as I can, grabbing buckets, just running back and forth with my monk speed, just putting out the fire, as much fire as I can.
And Katarine, the arcane eye gets there as the two of them are helping with the fire. What would you like to do?
I'd like to take the eye and go inside the building to see if I can find any remnants of what may have started the fire.
All right, roll me an investigation, please.
All right, and I'm going to use one of my advantages because I have 10 minutes.
Nice.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah!
As your arcane eye is flying around, and it's up for an hour, right? Like, we're not pressed for time for
Right.
the eye. Okay, good. It starts going around through the inside of the building, and it doesn't look like the fire originated inside of the building.
Mhm.
You do notice that there's this blackened mark on one of the far walls connected to the alleyway. So when the eye pushes through that and looks on the other side, you see that there is a mangled body in the middle of all of these flames that has these dark black claws coming out of the ground, pulling at it and slowly dragging it into the ground as well. And the flames seem to be originating from that location.
Okay, so there's like a body that has black hands from the ground.
There's a mangled body. Black hands from the ground are pulling and tearing at the body and trying to pull it into the ground.
Earring, Glenn.
Yep.
There is other side. There is a body that is where the fire started. That is being tried to be pulled underground. Can you get there quickly and pull the body away?
There's a body in there? Oh gosh, all right. And I'm gonna dash over to the coordinates that that Katarine gives me.
So To do this, you have to run through the fire and all-encompassing into the heart of it as well.
All right.
So first off, as you're about to push into this flame, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw to even convince yourself to go against every human nature known to man and go into a fire.
Would I have advantage on this? Because, I mean, human nature doesn't...
if I would have known that, she would have come up, dimension doored him in.
That's still dimensioning dooring yourself and him into the fires. Like,
Yeah.
that is the kindling. That is where it's hottest right now.
All right, Glenn, be brave.
I mean, Kat, you could do that, but then you're gonna have to make the wisdom save as well.
All right, I'm gonna use another one of my advantages. 15?
Okay. 15, I'll say, is high enough. You're super hesitant, and you're just like, oh, this is gonna fucking hurt. As the two of you appear inside of the fire, I need a con save from both of you as well.
I'm out of
dear.
advantages.
Should I use mine? Yeah, I'll use my game advantage for
nope.
this one. 21.
Okay. You get inside of the fire, and immediately your entire bodies ignite. And keep in mind, Kat, you're wearing a lot of cheap costume shit right now. All of that is incredibly flammable. As you begin igniting, the flames start rippling off of your bodies. Both of you will suffer 15 points of fire damage.
Oh dear.
And suddenly the conversation we had earlier this morning does not matter anymore as two of the party members drop.
It's fine. You've dimension doored inside, and you see these black flamed claws pooling and peeling at this body, dragging it into the earth. And the body is clearly no longer living. The individual that was once inside of that body has to be dead. It is contorted, it is smashed, and it is compressed into this little nook and cranny.
Well, I know a dead body when I see one.
Right, we should grab it.
Alrighty.
What about those?
Quickly.
You said those are those? Do we see those black hands on it?
Yeah, you see them.
Like, are you sure I should be trying to tussle it away from? All right, forget it. I'm gonna go
As
in.
the two of you had that conversation, that's counting as one round, another round of con saves. Oh, Glenn, you did take half damage because you saved, right? 15 halved? Okay, good.
Okay, so.
Cat 12 is a failure again.
So another 15?
Another 15.
Meanwhile, Samdi. Splash.
Yep.
12.
All right, that's 15 points on you now, Glenn. As the flames have gone through your outfits and they begin searing into portions of your skin, beginning to meld your skin and fabric into one another as well. You reach down, Glenn. You're trying to... What are you doing?
I'm trying to rip the body apart from the hands, and we're gonna try to get them out.
I need an opposed athletics check from you.
And I'm gonna silvery barbs the hands.
And I'm gonna add my knowledge from the past, add a d6 to this.
Silvery barbs the hands.
So 17.
And Glenn gets the advantage.
Okay. 17 compared to its not quite 17. It is holding onto the body very deeply, and as you are grabbing on and trying to pull what remains of this body apart, you see it starting to elongate and stretch and melt off of it, and the blackened hand relinquishes the body for a moment before reaching out and striking up towards you from the ground.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that was so close. Alrighty. Does a 16 hit?
No, 16 misses.
Okay, second attack. Alrighty, plus 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Silvery
Okay.
barbs again.
Okay, rolling again.
Ah!
It hits.
Yeah.
I tried.
As the first hand reaches up towards you, you've managed to pull away a segment of the body, and it sloshes and splashes, and you dodge away. And then the second one lunges quickly from the ground, grabbing onto one of your body parts, Glenn. Glenn, I need you to roll me a d4. Let's find out which body part it touches.
Oh god, it's gonna be the legs.
Not my legs.
My
All right.
monkish legs.
Left, right. Your right arm ignites with this hellish blackish flame that immediately starts searing into it and destroying all of the skin and muscles of that arm. Your right arm is no longer usable, and you suffer 45 points of fire damage.
Is that a magical? Is it a spell or is it a magical effect?
This is a magical, maybe hand touching his skin.
Okay.
I think it's equivalent to like
Oh.
a sacred, sacred weapon attacking after it's been cast, right?
Spiritual weapon, maybe.
Can
Your
I dispel
previous. Well, you could now. You could certainly try.
it? Okay.
You're casting Dispel Magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
At what
dude.
level?
At a 5th level.
At a 5th level? Okay, you have to give me an intelligence check.
Shit.
Oh, my right arm. That's my good arm.
26.
26. As you begin weaving your magic through it, you see all of these arcane glyphs glowing around the corridor, originating from the body itself, and you realize this is a ritual that is happening. Those hands were summoned to take that body from the ritual. And this is a very powerful ritual as well. As you continue twisting your magic and weaving it through, you manage to snuff out this ritual, breaking it from the body, and you watch as those blackened hands sink back into the ground. And all of the flames originating are destroyed, but the ones that are still spreading through natural means are still persisting. The two of you are still inside the fire. I need you to give me another round of con saves.
Oh, son of a gun.
God, it must suck to take fire damage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if only you brought the guy immune to it in there.
I was thinking speed, okay?
Yeah, good point. Bart's a little slow. Anyways, 15 points of fire damage to both of you.
50?
15.
I was
On
like,
5.
excuse me?
No.
Well, Glenn had that.
Oh.
Only 45.
Alright.
So,
Yeah,
you are
that's such a
standing there
difference.
now, start of the new round, inside of the flames. Kat, you look over at Glenn, and his right forearm, it's almost down to the bone from the moment that creature, or whatever it was, touched him.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go over, grab the body, grab Glenn, and we're dimensioning door out.
All right, the two of you blink out of there, still on fire, mind you,
Mm-hmm.
but you're no longer in the fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all done, Kat?
Yeah, and then once we're out, I just prestidigitate all the flames off.
All right. Well, one of you is going to be taking fire damage one last time. Glenn, you had your
Right.
turn now.
Okay.
You can only
Kat,
cast
how-
one leveled spell in a round.
How hurt do you look, Kat?
Cat's fine-ish. She's gonna use it on Glenn because he took extra damage.
Well, he
yeah.
has
Oh,
to
no,
have
no,
his
yeah.
moment. We're technically in
Mm.
initiative. He's having his turn, and
Gotcha.
then there'll be one round.
I'll put. I guess. Am I able to use my action to put myself out?
Yes, you are.
Okay, then I'll do that. I'll put
All right,
myself out.
you reach over towards one of the awnings nearby, ripping it down, wrapping and patting your body down, even just touching the wound of your arm. Luckily, it stings, but it barely stings compared to the amount of damage that you took. Your body seems to be going into that shock-in state where you no longer feel that entity, that protrusion of your body.
Right.
And then after you do that, Cat, one more con save, because he's extinguished.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
15 more damage, and then you can prestidigitate and put yourself out.
Yeah.
Samdi, as you're flying by with your second round with the cart, you look over and downwards, and you see this mangled, charred body being held by Katarine and Glenn, and Glenn's right arm is completely disintegrated into, and something happened over there.
Quick question. Is this the area where my friend Rick had his stress relief?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Oh, nice. How many of the people are just standing by?
There's a lot of bystanders that are pretty far away, and then there's about 20 guards trying to extinguish the flames as quickly as possible.
All right. As I'm flying past them, I will subtle cast mass suggestion to help. or help put out the fire because I can make a sentence because it's not a fucking command.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these commoners, except for one guy, fails, and he's just like, no.
I've got a 19 spell save.
Yeah, I'm saying one person rolls a nat 20 out of all of them. Just,
Oh, fair point, fair point.
No, and everybody else begins
No.
helping immediately.
Fuck the guy that owned that inn. I hate that fucker.
Yeah.
Like,
That bakery fucked up my birthday cake. Just
So I'll say 1, so I can use that. Okay, yeah. Then I'm just gonna continue doing fucking water gar shit.
and as all this is coming to a conclusion, I gotta head out for the day.
yes.
So,
All right, it's cool. We'll see you next week.
bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, I have to change the overlay, don't I? Shit, I didn't set up 4 players.
Yep.
We're just gonna have to
Ooh.
make do with this. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I refuse. I'm halfway stuck with fucking monkey.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay, you switched it over to that. Got it.
Alrighty, so Samdi, you've convinced the crowds to help, and during this time, Monkey and Bartikov, what are the two of you been doing? Because neither of you said you were heading over to the location.
Well, they all flew. Oh, go ahead, Christian.
No, I didn't
Bart.
really have anything. I was, yeah, if they all flew off, I would just be staying with Monkey and think, huh. I do hope they're not getting themselves into trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure they would definitely message us or something if something was going on. You still have the yeah, I see you're hearing.
Yes, yes. I mean, at this point, can we see the flames and the smoke from the burning inn?
Oh yeah, you've seen them the entire time.
Gee, it would have helped if someone was immune to fire and could go over there and help them.
Yeah. Well, should we go over there and see if they need it? I'm sure
Yes.
everything's fine, but we can walk over and at least.
I should at least go over so I can pull people from the burning building.
Bart, you also do see that Monkey has a bag of popcorn in his hands now.
Nice. I'll reach over, grab a handful.
I hold it out for you, and we'll head over
As you
to.
leisurely stroll towards the scene of a major accident.
Alrighty.
In air
So
quotes.
So, Bart, as you get over there trying to head into the building, one of the guards says, "Sir, you can't go in there. It's way too dangerous. People are dying."
I am more powerful than you. And just, like, pushes him out the way. And just full on, just casually strides into the flames.
Alrighty, roll me an investigation to try to find people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so good at this. Hey!
Hey, look at that. You've been learning.
Nice.
It's weird. The fire actually helps you focus more while you're in here. Moving through the building, you do have to climb over a few of the obstacles that are being produced. You know, the stairwell that is partially collapsed, and you have to climb up the wall through the fire to get up there. You have to barge through one of the doors, which does take you a couple of tries. While you're in there, you do find on the far side of this building, the people who lived here must be gone already. However, you do find an adorable little black spotted eye puppy underneath one of the beds in the rooms that have not been touched by the flames yet.
Absolutely, we're saving the puppy. I will reach under the bed. I will, like, I'm probably not going to try and coax it out. I'm just going to, like, scruff it. And
Animal handling.
is it animal handling if I'm forcibly grabbing a puppy?
I mean, yes.
I'm like a
To see how-
13th level character.
Yes, and it's a puppy. You're not trying to kill it, so you're not using your full force. 9.
A 9.
It does bite you for 1 piercing damage.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Uh,
But then you're able to drag it out, grab it by the
All right,
scruff.
you little shit, burn.
and I'll just, like, majestically uncouple my cloak and, like, wrap it around the puppy.
All right.
Do a quick shout out in the things like, is anybody else here?
The puppy gives a howl in response.
It will be okay. Do not worry, Sergey.
Oh no, he named it.
Already?
And yeah, I will then, like, am I on the, like,
Second floor.
above the ground, second floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it, so one above the ground.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
only like 15 feet from the ground. There is a window in here as well.
I will majestically burst out of the window, shoulder first to protect the puppy
Okay.
from any glass.
Give me a athletics check to do this.
I'm feeling very extra today.
Okay. How protective are you being of the puppy comparison to keeping yourself safe?
Puppy first, glass shards in my back second.
Okay. So everybody else, the far side of this building where the flames have reached the roof of it and are beginning to engulf the entirety of it, you watch as one of the windows shatters with Bartikov moving and twisting back first, slamming down into piles of refuge down in the alley. And when you look over there, he uncoils his hands where Puppy is sitting there just licking his face. Bart, you are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage and piercing damage, more or less. It's both. So, yeah.
Just 12 points of fucking badass damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not arguing that part.
I'll stand up. And it's like, does this dog belong to anyone?
Nobody seems to be
No?
answering.
Belongs
Then
to
it's
me.
mine.
It's mine now. He's mine now.
And
I
yeah, just
adopt
sort of
him.
keep
His name is
it
Sergey.
wrapped up in the in his cloak and try and calm it down. And
So, do you approach back over to your allies that have all grouped together?
yeah, and it's, does not look like there's anybody else in there. Anyone seems to have either already evacuated or already perished. All I could find was this puppy,
Bart,
who
you,
does not seem to have an owner.
you look down at Glenn's arm, and that is the most rancid-looking anything you've ever seen.
Oh.
Well, that... Ooh. Did that get burned off?
Yeah, on
What
hindsight,
did
maybe
do?
you should
Did
have went in there.
stick it inside the pizza oven?
I mean, and I point over with my left hand at the burnt Chris body and be like, well, we saw that in the building with some dark hands grabbing it or something. Cat figured out it was some kind of ritual, but that was after I tried to pull it out, and yeah, it got me pretty good.
Oh, shit. Fuck. I don't have restoration of limbs. Let me see if I can help you. And I'm gonna put, like, all of my lay on hands into his not hand.
Okay. Glenn, I didn't have you do it during the moment, but I do need you to give me a con save when you took that damage.
Okay. Come on. 20.
Dirty 20 is high enough. You managed to restore his hit points, Bart, but the limb is still charred and unusable.
Cool. How many hit points do you lose, Glenn?
I lost 9. No. Let's see.
It's 45 from just the hand.
I lost 82 hit points in total.
Oh, well, you get 30.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's a consolation prize.
Oh, that feels a lot better, but
We
no,
are
my good hand, man. This is my good
we
arm.
are still going to need to find you some kind of priest. That is very, very bad. Shit. I do not have the magic for this, I'm afraid. I don't think it. Kel, maybe, but he's the wrong kind of cleric. Fuck. Okay, we'll need to get you to a church soon. Is everybody else okay? What the fuck was going on? You said
Yeah,
this
I'm
was
good.
some kind of
Let's-
ritual?
I think that's what Kat was able to figure out. She like dispelled it afterwards.
Okay,
But we just saw
good.
these black hands just pulling this burnt body down into it. So maybe it's like worth inspecting or seeing if we can gather anything from it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Where did the fire come from then?
It's a good question. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think Samdi was the first one here on the scene. Did you see anything?
Samdi floats by with a giant cart of water. Just, do I recognize the corpse? Is it folded in that particular way?
It is folded still, yeah.
Well,
Samdi just looks at it, raises a crocodilian eyebrow. And floats another cart to try and douses an entire building.
well, if it was a ritual, the explosion could have come from that, depending on the ritual. And if you did say that there were two hands pulling it under, there's something afoot here.
It would have been a pun if you said it when you said a hand.
I know it would have, and I was good at not punning anything.
He tried not to.
He physically hurt him. This is getting out of hand. I had to. It's a fucking universal constant. One of us has to make a bad joke, otherwise the fucking world implodes or some shit.
Kel will catch up at this moment. Guys, ooh, that is bad. He looks at your arm. I can't fix that.
Oh, it's all right, Alpha Man. I mean,
Uh,
I guess it would be fun trying to figure out how to use my bad arm to become my good arm, but if we can find a way to fix this sometime soon. I'd rather not just have this burnt limb just hanging off. I'm kind of contemplating of just ripping it off at this point.
He takes out a healer's kit and begins wrapping the wound up properly. I'm not sure if you can get infected or not, but let's try to make sure you at least don't get infected.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of that, but thanks.
You guys said it was a ritual happening?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I could figure, that's what it looked like.
Samdi, around this point, the fires have been controlled and isolated to just the one building. Your efforts, combined with the efforts of all of the people that you commanded, have managed to stop it from spreading to more portions of this town and reaping more havoc. Kel will take the body from you and begins looking at it. There's still markings of rituals on it. I'm going to investigate these back on the ship. Yeah. He'll take the body with him to investigate.
Samdi is going to float himself on his magic carpet. Or if in any case, he'll have recast telekinesis to do it. But he's going to float up and say, okay, I'm going to word this weirdly, but oh, fucking hell.
That is a weird way of wording it, yes.
Yeah, no, somebody needs my assistance outside. I want to give you the gist. I am basically praising Mama Vusi for having me here to save these people. Yada yada spiel. I can't really say.
Joey, have we seen in town any like places of healing, any that may or may not be related to a religion? It doesn't matter. Have we seen any type of religious buildings?
You've seen shrines in the town, but no outstanding religious buildings like large complexes. There was a local apothecary, which is usually where people would go for wounds and such like that. But
all right,
given
we'll
what
go-
happened to Glenn, if your cleric can't handle it, a simple apothecary, you have to be hopeful.
Yeah.
So, all of you are heading over to the apothecary then?
Yeah, I think we need to try and find some kind of help for
Yeah.
Glenn.
All right. As you get over there and you start banging on the door, as it is closed at this hour, you do hear rummaging around before an individual comes over to the front door, opening it up, and they seem to have a large collection inside of these hoops of large draping cloths attached to their body of burn ointments, gauze, and a lot of other things, already preparing for any victims in this bad situation. They look at your arm, and their eyes go wide. Well, fuck me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how we came here. I'm Monkey. This is my brother Glenn.
How you
This is,
doing?
Oh,
Something.
shit. All right. Fuck. Tito. You see an individual comes running over, much smaller individual. Take all this, go start attending to everybody else. I need to start helping him. And he brings you into the shop, Glenn, unwraps your arm very slowly. And as he does that, he heads over to one of the shelves, pulls out what appears to be like chili pepper, but it's yellow. And then all right, you need to eat this real quick.
All right, I'm not gonna think twice about it. I'll
Yeah.
chomp it down.
As you eat that, your entire body within a minute goes numb.
I can't feel anything.
Yeah, that's why you had to eat that thing. If you begin feeling anything, you points at you, Monkey. You're his brother. Keep poking him in the arm. The moment you feel that, you tell me, and we'll give you another one real quick. Okay?
All right, it's all good.
So, Monkey, are you gonna just start poking Glenn?
Yeah, in a good way. Like not. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, not in like a really good way. But,
Yeehaw.
Broke back maintenance, huh, mate?
but yeah, I'll in fact, I'm gonna pull out a feather
Okay.
and I'll use the quill side of it to poke, and then occasionally the feather side to, you know how they would do tests on the feet for, so using both sides of the special feather that I have.
Alrighty.
I'm back.
Welcome back. As you're at the apothecary and the individual is checking your arm, you do see they pull out a pair of these thin tweezers and like pluck some of the goo of your arm. Luckily, you don't feel anything, Glenn, or else that would be fucking horrendous. Placing it onto a cloth, then they start spraying it down and they start rubbing some type of ointment across it, as well as they begin looking at all of the open aspects of the wound itself, and they seem flabbergasted right now. What the hell did that to you?
Some pretty intense shit, right?
Yeah, that ain't a fire burn, sir. It almost looks like, shoot, if I didn't know any better, it looks like the flames of hell reached out and just ripped your fucking arm to pieces.
Oh, maybe that is what happened. I mean, we pulled something out of a ritual, and this blackish arcane hand like grabbed onto me, and that's why my arm's like this.
Oh, shoot. Well, the best I can do is set you up with more of those peppers to keep yourself, numb to the pain. But try to only eat them when you absolutely need to, because they can be a little bit addictive. And shoot, this is beyond my capabilities of fixing. I mean, shy of you taking a few months to, treat it right and make sure it doesn't get infected right. I could show one of y'all to do that, or you can stay here and I'll treat it myself. You need to get yourself a Shoot, an archpriest.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Do you have any ideas on where we can take Brother Glenn here?
Well, I know Spaulding's got an archpriest or two out there. Not sure if they're even capable of regenerating limbs, right? However, there was a rumor of a woman who appeared out of nowhere being able to do all manners of weird radiating magics as well, in the healing variety. And I think she was heading over to the Nesfarsit Mountains. Yeah. I mean, after the last, village had this fucking situation happen, I think she was heading out to that area as well.
Mighty kind of you to give us that information, and True Harbinger, we thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for doing whatever you could with the hand. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, all right. So you're going to have to keep this thing wrapped up. 3 times a day, you're going to have to treat it with some ointments. Make sure you eat one of these peppers before you do that. And then wrap it with clean gauze afterwards. If anybody's able to clean them up real good and like some clear water, Katarina, I can sterilize it.
No, I'll do the wounds, and let me just get some. If I can purchase some the ointment and the gauze and peppers off of you.
Right. It might be a little expensive if you need enough to track down this individual, but you're going to have to pay them a pretty penny to fix you up as well. These type of clerical guidons aren't cheap most of the time. For the gauze and the ointment and the peppers, it's going to run you about 100 gold.
All right. Here's 120 gold, and just remember, Monkey and True Harbinger, we really appreciate your services.
Yeah, of course, not a problem at all. Thank you. This will help me. The extra 20 gold will be good for buying more products. If y'all don't mind, I gotta go start helping out with anybody else that might be hurt. Close up the shop after you're done getting him situated, all right?
All right, thank you for showing us how to do this and all that. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. And he grabs another large gathering of it, strapping it to his body, and runs out of his shop, leaving you all in here.
Well, at least he tried to help out. Is my body not numb anymore?
It's starting to fade, but you still don't feel your arm, which is good. It's it fades head down through your body.
All right.
So,
okay.
And by numb, you can still walk, you can still function. It's just oh fuck, okay, I don't feel anything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm imagining the come down of this as a lot of pins and needles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sucks.
So, sorry for running off like that. My mother needed me to bring in groceries.
No worries. So, everybody? Yeah?
So, I mean, it does feel pretty bad, but, I can still work around with just one arm. I mean, we don't have to make this our top priority, but maybe we should go try to find this priest or somewhat. I'm not entirely comfortable looking towards a Spaulding family to help me out with this.
No, I think they mean Spaulding, the city. There will be a priest there. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get in contact with anyone powerful enough to restore your limb before we get to that city. We're just going to have to put a rush on it. Yeah. Keep the pain controlled as best you can, and hopefully we don't get into too much trouble before we reach the city. But no, this will be our number one priority once we get into town, is getting you fixed up. We've got the money to float whatever they might need, so Don't worry about that.
And then Joey, for clarification, so he said the Spaldings could help. This other person at the other place, is that in the same place or it's a different location, right?
Y'all are on the world map, right? Valera map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Spalding, keep in mind all of you are here.
Yep.
Spalding is here. Nesfarseat Mountains was
Okay, so it's
where
on the
he
way.
said they were last seen, but he also mentioned afterwards that the last village that this happened to, the individual looked like they were heading out there as well.
And I meant to ask him what village that was, but I forgot. All right, so well, we can hit the mountains on the way.
I mean, we did say that we wanted to try and hit the mountains up for this to investigate that spear, but I don't want to be doing anything particularly dangerous while Glenn is at less than 100%.
True, but I don't know if I want to mess with Spalding and them beforehand either. I don't know.
I mean, I've learned to fight with just one arm before. It shouldn't be too bad.
I've seen you do some pretty good kicks too.
Yeah. Just sucks that being down an arm can't really, grab things really tightly with just one. But I'll make work with it if we do get into combat. Don't think that I'll be too much of a crutch.
Yeah, I think you should be fine. The way I seen you in combat.
Alrighty. So, with all of you privy to a new bad situation through random happenstance, I think we're going to go ahead and take our break, everybody. Be right back.
Cool.
Sounds good.
You know.
Alrighty, people, we're back. How we doing today? So, where last we left off, the party was celebrating the Vita Festival in Vita Vineyard, and while this was happening, a random explosion took place where the party began being good Samaritans, trying to use their power and abilities in order to help quell this fire as best as they possibly can. After engaging with it, they found out through a series of unfortunate events that this is some type of ritual of some variety. Glenn's right arm completely destroyed and disintegrated down to about the bones. You all may have to go find a much more powerful cleric than your ally that you currently have in order to regenerate the limb back to what it once was. So, everybody, you are left alone in the apothecary shop. What are we doing?
Alright, now that we've got all of this under control, we should probably see if the city needs any other help and then try and get ready to move on from this hellhole. This is why we can't have nice things. We turn into one town, it's a nice little festival, and someone loses an arm.
Yeah, but I mean, you got a puppy there, I see.
Yes, I do not know what to do with Sergei here. I am, if we were
He
sticking
named it.
if we were sticking around, then keeping hold of him would be fine because someone could turn up and go, "Oh, I lost my puppy in the fire. It's so good you kept him safe." But we're literally fucking off to another town, and that feels a little wrong.
Well, the way I look at it is Glenn is no worse for wear from combat based on his abilities and how others would like to be like him, and we gained a puppy, so we're ahead.
Yeah, it's always good to take care of those animals.
It is.
I
Also-
like this thinking.
Yes. Also, I think when we leave, we should close up the shop for him. I don't want to go rummaging around. Did try his best to help us out, and then maybe go back to that burnt body and inspect it. See what what cost me an arm for. See if we gather any information on that.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. See if I think Kel was investigating it. We'll see if he found anything interesting.
Right. And then, in the meantime, like you said, Bart, maybe help out the people. See if we can calm down the ruckus going on outside.
So yeah, we'll head out of the apothecary shop, close it, sort of lock up behind us as best we can.
Put an arcane lock on it, screw over the guy.
Yep. You all leave the shop, lock it up. So, where are we heading? Back to the boat?
Back to the
Yeah,
boat.
I mean, if there isn't any obvious shit going down that needs addressing with the town, like if people are still running around panicking about the fire, then we'll go help. If it seems that it's under control, then we'll head back to the ship and try and decide what to do with this puppy.
Yeah. And are we aware that the Nesfarsit Mountains are due west?
I forget, did any of you ever bother buying a map? Doesn't sound like something your party would do.
No, that doesn't unlike us at all.
I swear there was a... Maybe not.
No map here. Maybe Kel had one?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'm getting confused with some other D&D show.
Maybe. But no, none of you ever purchased. I mean, if you're interested in now purchasing one, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
want to go buy. I would want to go see if we can find a map, buy a map.
Okay. Wandering around town for a very short period of time, you end up finding one. Easy.
And then we can take the map back to the ship and look at it and figure out
Yeah.
our plans.
And then you see Nest for Seed is due east, but it's across the wide open territory of the Crosslands, which on the map are labeled as unexplored.
I forget. Do we decide? Can we decide where the ship goes, or the ship has a certain area that it has to go through?
Typically, they have to stick to water.
Right.
I think what you're asking, Glenn, is could we take the ship south and then go back up a northwesterly route?
Right. So yeah, I was thinking that we got like two options. We could either leave the ship and let the ship go its natural course, and we'll go through this unknown lands, or we see if we can steer the ship over, get down over to Samara. Samare? Is that how you pronounce that?
Cernier.
Cernier. And then from there, see if we could travel up the river back up to Sapat, and then we get ourselves to the Nephesite Mountains there.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of would like to go across the land and see what kind of wildlife is out there and do a little exploration.
Yep, always down to navigate through the unknown. But let's decide as a group what we would want to do.
That works for me. If the boat is capable of heading up towards Sapat, and we can divert its course, then that would be convenient. But best case scenario, I think that's likely, is that we get dropped off at Cernier and have to track our way upriver.
Somdi, how does that sound to you? Are you okay leaving your friends behind for a bit?
The job must be done. I'll very likely meet them again. Or at least hear from them.
Besides, I do not think some of them are as trustworthy as they seem.
Like, have
But
you
they're-
seen that Mike fellow over there giving you the side eye? I'm joking.
I'm not concerned about Ulrich and his, did you say murderous tendencies?
I never told you who. I just
Ah.
said I was sending you a friend.
Yeah, he never
Murder.
gave you any explanation as to anything.
One of them, fine, this unnamed crew member that you told me wishes to murder one of us. And clearly did not succeed or attempt to.
What is he? What is he talking about, Sandy?
I made a friend. He smiles.
Glad to hear you made a friend. But what's this talk of someone with murderous intent?
Who isn't murderous nowadays?
I mean, I don't mind beating somebody up, but like flat out murdering, that's a kind of a different story.
I mean, not to talk about the concussions you give people by the end.
I'll lean over to Glenn and whisper. Sometimes when people are a little lonely, they tend to spin a few yarns just to get attention, so I'm sure that's all it is.
Right. Well, all right then. I mean, I guess it's not too much to worry about. But wrapping around to the point at hand, do we want to go through the unknown crosslands, or do we want to just keep traveling down the river?
No, I think going directly across will be quicker, and we might find some good things on the way.
I'm in agreement with that.
Alrighty. So, do you all wish to do this in the morning, or?
I mean, I could use a rest. I'm pretty
Yeah.
beat up.
Yeah, I think. Oh, just dropped my fork. I think. Yeah, we would get a rest in, and so here's the other question I'm asking as a player to the players: the festival will go on for a few days. Are we going to leave mid-festival or stay? I'm assuming we'd leave, but just checking in.
Oh, I mean, maybe we should stay till the end of the festival. What do you guys think?
Logically, trying to get this shit done faster would probably be the best idea. But also, Santi probably wants to stay for the festival.
So I'm
Sure.
thinking that, like, yeah, I did just lose my arm, so maybe take some time to relax a bit, recover, and before we start heading out to the unknown and such.
Yeah, that's keep it clean and stuff, and then that way also if we need extra bandages on our way out or whatever, we can do that.
Makes sense.
How long before I commit to that? Joey, how long is the festival? Well, you see,
7
the
days.
festival is 6 months.
It's a 7-day-long festival. You all arrive during the first day. It is the
Alright.
transition and celebration of life into death as a 7-day-long festival.
Yeah.
So
I-
you're
and
in
I'm
the
pretty
life
sure-
stage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said 7 days. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like 6 months, because that would be like, all right, 6 months later.
What do you mean 6 months? Well, you said you wanted to stay.
Yeah, so I think so that way Glenn can rest. We can wrap it, check in with the apothecary, make sure I'm cleaning the wound right, and whatever before we head out into the bug and evil infested crosslands.
Alrighty then. So, you all wish to hang out here for a few more days. Is there any particular activities you each want to do?
I mean, besides tending to the arm, I guess I would spend a lot of time meditating and
Okay.
trying to see if I can figure anything out, else unlock any memories or anything that I can about my past. Because all I know is that it's an arcane magical school I come from. That's it.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're trying to meditate and find out some bits of your memories and past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first off, how does your character know about how to start meditating? That's kind of a skill you have to develop.
Right. I mean, I feel like this is something like when he woke up, like this was something that like came naturally to him to like whenever he feels like too much of his like anger, depression, or pain, or just anything that's just meddling his mind from being like calm and still, he naturally realized that like meditation was the key for him to like calm his mind. And through that, I think that he would be able to try to explore a bit more see what he can remember. But I mean, I guess that's up to interpretation too.
All right, roll me an insight check. Let's see how deep you can dive into your own mental facilities.
All right. I'm gonna use my knowledge from the past on this, because I mean that makes sense too, role playing wise. So that's 14 plus a d6.
The hell was that?
So 26. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
Whisper roll it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
26.
Oh, the DM knows. That's all that matters.
Yeah. As you're looking inwards towards yourself, you begin to have these glimpses. Somewhere cold, on top of a tower, drinking, partying. There's a situation where, for some reason, you deliberately lit your arm on fire, and everybody was laughing, hollering, having a great time, and you just have this memory of emotion from it through all of the blurred faces that this really fucking hurt, but at least people were beginning to like you. But that's all you can really gain from your introspection over the week.
All right.
Anyone else? What would you like to do for your week, I guess, of downtime during the celebration?
Yeah, I think Bart's gonna try and see if there's any library in the town, try and see if he can get Kettle to help him do some more investigation into knowledge of the abyss, if anything like that exists here. Probably not going to be much, but
Kel is going to continue his investigation on the body more than anything else. Yeah. So that we can find out what the fuck, and to give him a reason not to be here anymore.
That's fair. In which case, I think Bart's just gonna join in the revelries. Maybe try and find some extra money through, like, if there's some street fighting or something like that. Not that he's particularly good at it, but
I briefly had Jason flashbacks.
Okay.
When you said, I'm going to try to find money.
So, let's go ahead and do your street fighting that you're going to do. You're going to have to roll me in athletics, in acrobatics, and a con check. Not save, check. And then you roll a hit die of your highest hit die and add that to one of those 3 rolls, contested by my 2d12s plus, I believe, 6.
alright, so athletics, acrobatics, con check. Good. And a d10.
Well, it's your hit die, so you add your con modifier to it.
Plus 3. A 7. And I can add. So how does this work? Do I need 1 good one? Do I need 2 good ones?
It depends on what I roll, because you're going to have to beat what I roll on each
You
of
want
them.
3 good ones.
Yeah.
So you have up to 3 losses or 3 wins. There's 3 checks. And so you can add it to the 15, knowing you probably won 1 and lost 2. Or you could add it to the 9, which would be a 16, so maybe win 2, maybe not. Or you could add it to the 4, and who knows what happens.
Yeah, I think I'll go with adding it to the 9, so I've got a 15 and a 16.
All right, so 15, wait, you're adding it to the 9, so 15, 16, 4.
Yeah.
All right. I'm making sure I have the right modifier in mind. Pit fighting, plus 5 to the D10s. So for your 15, the DC is... That is 1 failure. And for the 16, the DC is 15. That is 1 success. And you auto-fail the Constitution.
Yes, I do.
So that is 1 success, 2 failures. You win 50 gold during the week.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. Monkey.
All right, so Monkey is going to spend this week doing a couple things. He is going to be tending to Glenn's wounds, his arm. Making sure that he changes the bandages. Glenn has the peppers that he needs and stuff like that. And then he's going to go out and see if there are. I just changed my mind. He's going to see if the apothecary needs any help this week in helping others that have been burned in the fire or whatever, or other people he's been helping. And then the third thing, he'll do a little revelry at night.
All right, you can do one activity for the week to gain a benefit from it, or you can just distribute across the three of them and not gain any solid benefits, just be a presence around town.
Yeah, so like the at night, that's just a presence. That's just just flavor. That's just flavor him going back up. But I think, I think he's going to help out the apothecary so that he can help out others. They can see him helping them, and then also pick up any. Yeah, he's just going to help out the apothecary since he's been working on Glenn as well. So that's what we're going to do this week. Whether there's any benefit or not to it, that's what he's doing.
Alrighty. We'll correlate this to a religious service, though you're not gaining a benefit anywhere near that good, because it is just an apothecary. Alright, you can either roll a religion check or a persuasion check. You are currently muted.
Okay, so yeah, I manually muted myself. I don't know why. Okay, so I found it, and we're gonna do religion, and I took off advantage, so we're just in regular. Oops. That's all right though. I accidentally whispered it to you.
But it's still a 7.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You make not really a lasting impression, more of a helpful, oh, thanks, you're doing your civil duty by helping out people type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Your efforts were not fruitful, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, it's more for Monkey to do, and then also maybe he can, he's already working with Glenn, maybe he picks up, not like picks up, but it starts to plant the idea of learning how to do this in his head.
Okay,
so, cool.
Okay. Alrighty then. And Samdi, you said you're going to be helping Kel with the investigation?
Yep.
Alrighty then. And Kel is going to be rolling an intelligence check with advantage. Intelligence. So at the end of the week, Samdi comes out to gather all of you together. Kel has an announcement to make about the body. Once you're all with one another, Kel looks a little perplexed at the situation. Hey guys, so I found out some information about this ritual that may not be great. As for who they are, we can't tell anymore. That their face is gone. But it turns out that, this was a religious sacrifice of some variety. Fanatical in nature, obviously. As to what entity, I can't discern that. The site where the fire happened, the fire destroyed everything, so that's gone. And this body and soul is marked for consumption. So the ritual might come back at another time. I think I need to take this to one of my temples. And we need to make sure that the body is not tampered with. And that they can't reinvigorate this sacrifice to consume the soul. For obvious reasons. And by the sounds of it, all of you are going with Glenn to try to fix his arm. My temple is way further than that, and the closest one is north, so I think we have to part ways.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Elephant Man, but it does seem like this would be a priority that your temple could take care of.
Well, that's the hope. Not really sure what happened. Did any of you find anythings? Samdi, you said you investigated the site, right? Nobody else investigated it? Nobody else saw anything?
I saw the symbol, that's it.
Unfortunately, I think in a town where so many religious groups are forced into close cohabitation, weird things are going to happen. The faster we resolve this power vacuum, the better.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we're going to try to see if we can't get my god up and running, but you all are going to be much more active in your efforts, I feel. So, yeah.
Good luck, Kel. It was good having you as part of Troop Harbinger, and you're always welcome back.
Yeah, it's nice knowing and meeting all of you. If you need any more help, be sure to reach out and send me a message.
Absolutely. It has been a pleasure traveling with you, and I hope that we can see you again.
Me as well. And Kel will make his leave.
Gonna miss that dude.
Yeah, it was good to have him.
Oh, Joey, could I also have retroactively pop my head into the bag of holding, talk to the egg, and tell stories about what has happened to me during the week?
Yeah, that's just passive stuff that you do. That's fine.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, yeah. How do you guys want to do this? You said you want to head over to Nefsarsit Mountains to hopefully find this nomadic individual. You're crossing.
Yeah, I think.
You're going across the crosslands.
Mm-hmm. Unless I hear any objections from Bart or somebody.
None from me.
Bart?
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I'm making our way across from here. If the boat isn't going down the way we need it to go, then just schlepping across the wilderness is something we can definitely achieve.
Alrighty.
Will we be like meeting back up with the ship, like finding a rendezvous point afterwards, or are we just leaving the ship?
That's up to y'all, because the ship has to go this way.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna cross.
I mean, if you're going to the mountains or if you're going to the town, changes things.
You said that the healer person was last sighted in the mountains, not necessarily in Sapat or Sharpton?
They know that they were heading to the mountains for some reason, and then after all of the, after another village had a similar situation happen to it, they headed out to that village to help. Monkey, you did say you spent more time with the apothecary. I assume during a week you'll inquire about that, because we both forgot twice at this point.
Yes, I would have
Already.
Okay, let's go. But yeah, I'm sure there would have been conversations on it.
Yeah. There was just a couple of the smaller villages. One out. There's one at the edge of Crater Lake to the north of it. And then we heard about another one that happened towards the south of Crater Lake. And then there was another one that happened around the bow of the Ganiak pools. That happened right outside one of their forests, which was bad. Then there was another one where a similar situation happened over by the farms. It seems to be a habit. The Rura farms.
It's not a good habit. Making its way down this way.
Can I cross-reference that with the ship's previous travels?
Oh, yeah.
Would that be some sort of investigation?
Sorry. Somebody sent me something, and I did not close out my Discord. Closed.
You said you would.
I did before, and then I opened it because I was on break.
Could you lie?
Roll me a survival check.
Survival? That's actually better.
Yeah.
Oh.
7. I mean, the ship would have had to have, probably have started somewhere around Sinir and traveled northwards and then back down southwards, because, it's too big of a ship for them just to displace and move over to here, right? They would just use different ships. But yeah, the route isn't making much sense to you, unfortunately.
I've been bamboozled. Anyway.
So I guess we're heading through the unknown crosslands, see what we discover.
Looks like it. Hopefully we can be more adept in our efforts to survive in the wilderness than Sandy's efforts to locate the previous locations of a water-bound object.
Sandy just looking at the register, the log on the ship, just, huh? Wait. What?
For some reason, this ship seems to only travel on the river, when directly over land would be much faster.
Water never made sense to me. You're supposed to drink it, not ride it.
So, you haven't come up with anything on that front, unfortunately, Samdi. Now, you guys do still have your camels, or did you sell the camels?
The elephants were mostly dead.
Yeah, you did not travel with your elephants because that would be way too heavy for these ships.
Just put the elephants on the ship when you need to make it go underwater.
Yeah.
No need for weights.
Yeah, I think we will have to buy mounts too, unless we want to hoof it.
I mean, I think I move just as fast as a mount. Or
You
close
move
to it.
faster than most mounts.
Okay, so I won't need one.
A war horse and a draft horse, or a war horse and a riding horse are faster than you, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah, I will just find Steed again.
Nay.
And
What's the name
prepare
of your
myself.
steed again?
I think it's contextually dependent on what steed I need.
All right, what steed are you summoning?
We are summoning Boris, the riding bear.
The riding bear.
Yes.
I
But
have
he
to
is one
check
of-
the challenge rating of a bear.
He is circus bear with no teeth.
Probably be
It
like,
can be. I'm sure it can be just like a reskinned.
Boris, it's Boris, the geriatric 80-year-old bear.
He has no combat prowess whatsoever. He is gentle bear.
Just for riding.
Great at juggling.
great at chuckling.
Juggle vodka bottle like nothing.
And then drink at the end.
Of course.
All right. So if a war horse is challenge rating 1/2,
I think he's just reskinning it. It's still a warhorse. Just
Yeah,
like-
I don't
Alright, just-
actually care about it being a bear with stats for bear.
yeah, keep in mind it is not a bear because bears start at 2.
But bear is also slow.
If only you were more levels in Paladin, man, you could have summoned a greater steed. A bear.
I could have. But I also wouldn't be so fucking badass.
What do you mean, polar bear?
Now we got him thinking. It is white and majestic like steed. Anyways, everybody
Russian
else,
jokes.
you're gonna have to get your own mounts then, unless you just want to walk the entire time.
Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a horse or something.
Okay.
Find out what kind of riding animals they have.
Oh, in town they have all the simple ones, not war horses. They have riding horses, draft horses, stuff like that. They have donkeys.
Don't tempt me. Yeah, I'll just grab a riding horse. simple
Messiah
riding
came
horse.
riding in on the donkey. Yeah, the jokes just make themselves.
Yeah.
All right. Biddle, donkey, or
Yeah.
riding horse. You said right.
Mhm. Yeah, riding horse, bit brittle, saddle, all that.
All right. That's gonna run you 45 gold.
Okay. Ooh. Sounds expensive. Okay, so
Well, that's for all the bells and whistles.
yeah, that's fine.
You want the saddle, the saddlebags, all that
Yeah.
fun jazz. All right.
Yeah, just doing math.
Somedy.
Okay, so is there a stable boy nearby?
Sure. Stable
give me
man. Let's go with stable man. Okay. There's a stable man nearby. All right.
All right, is he alone?
You can wait until he is.
Cool. I think we get the gist of what I'm planning.
Yeah, the
Jesus,
stable
sound
man
big.
is dead, and now you own a horse.
I have no money.
Jesus.
I am broke. I couldn't
Did you-
even afford to buy the brittle.
Did you have to kill him though?
It's either that or leave a trail.
There's already one murderer in town. Who's going to pick up on another?
Exactly. They're more interested in the arson case that literally burned down half a district. They're not going to care about a random murder of a stableman.
That was the mayor's nephew. Ah, fuck.
Quickly forged up a note claiming that he was in love with the mayor's wife. The mayor's the most likely suspect. He was murdered by being folded 17 times.
Oh no. Alrighty. And no need for us to roll you murder anybody that you wish to murder who's a commoner. That's not a psychic damage. It's yeah.
Everyone's looking at me like, why did you do that? Maybe not Bart. Bart, Far probably understands.
Samdi is poor. He is poor, yeah.
Oh, pretty cool too.
All right, so Glenn, how about you? Are you going to be hoofing it, or are you getting hooves?
Oh no, I'm good. Just making the walk. Don't really need a mount.
Okay. Well then, you all mount up. Would Katarine get her own mount, or would she just ride with Bart?
Probably get her own, I would think.
I think she'd have her own.
All right.
Yeah.
Deduct the gold from her character sheet, 45. You're her buddy.
All right, I think we should head out in the morning. You gonna be good on this, Glenn?
Yeah, sounds good here.
Alrighty. Well then, you all take to the wide open plains of the Crossland. Nope. As you all begin traveling, making your way across the river, leaving behind the Vita festival and the vineyard that wasn't very far behind, you start to see all of the namesakes to this town, the vineyards. All of these wonderful rows of grapes and berries that are all being turned into fine dining wines, and more generic wines as well. You start passing through different properties, and only after about 5 miles do you stop seeing any of this, and you just see the wide open plains before you. This is the first time anybody in this party has looked and not been able to see anything obstruct your vision. It just keeps going and going. Maybe the world curves slightly and that's why you can't see forever. Or maybe your eyes just can't make out details that small. You look at the grass, which is tickling your ankles whenever you do dismount, or for Glenn at all times. Tracking through here, it's lush, vibrant, and beautiful. There's a slight chill in the air moving through the terrain. Samdi, it's fucking horrible. Everyone else? Well, Monkey and Glenn, it's irritating. Bart and Katarine, it almost feels nice.
Reminds me of summertime.
Samdi just slowly turns to you. This is summer for you? I am never visiting your country.
I do not think we will have any need to.
Ugh.
It is quite a beautiful sight here. I wonder how the weather is going to be around here. I'll use Druidcraft just to see what the weather's going to be like for the next 24 hours.
Okay. It's weird. The Druidcraft tells you that the weather's going to be clear and sunny.
Well, I don't know if my magic is off, but it says it's going to be feels like it's just going to be supposed to be just a nice sunny day.
Yeah, fantastic. That'll make the journey more enjoyable.
But there is so Joey, there is like, even though that's what my Druidcraft says, there's like some kind of breeze or something that's not matching what my Druidcraft is telling me, correct?
No, it's just weird that it says sunny and clear. Because usually you get a lot more description because the weather is more chaotic than that. Where everywhere you've been. Apparently out here, that's all you're getting for the next 24 hours. Clear and sunny.
It's like San Diego most of the year.
Yeah. As somebody who lives not in that area, holy shit! Like,
Right. It's just a nice, beautiful day then. Well, let's keep ourselves moving.
traveling through, you begin to see these large objects in the distance. After your first few days of travel on foot. That's the wrong one.
Oh no. Anyway.
These objects become clearer to you over the transition of hours. And they're trees. But very strange looking trees. Their trunks twist, almost like multiple different trunks twisting together. And the leaves around the top of it are turning this brown, yellow, red color. And the canopy stretches wide. As you notice the first of these trees, you also look over where you see that there is a doe underneath it whose attention immediately snaps up as all of you are traveling and just watches you.
I will nod my head and tip my hat to the deer.
It just keeps staring with its beady black eyes.
I'm gonna say over to Bart, do we need dinner?
Bart! Samdi said something.
You did? My god. Sorry, I've got to have one headphone off, otherwise my ear is going to set on fire because I just got it pierced. What did you say, sorry, Carl?
Do we need dinner? As I'm staring at this deer.
I think we will need to eat, yes.
Perfect. And I'll hand, here's some, take this berry. It'll be good for all of us. And I will start handing out good berries.
I'm all right on that, Monkey. I think I'll be fine.
Right.
That tree looks really weird, though. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Can I make a nature check to see if I can discern anything, why this tree is shaped like this, or is this just how the natural vegetation is here?
Yeah. Make a nature check. Let's see if you can discern anything about it. See if you know what it is.
15.
A 15. That tree seems to be a yew tree.
A me tree?
YEW.
I was aware what a yew was. I was just being an asshat.
The older they are, the more contorted they become as they twist and grow upwards and spread with a very large branching as well. By the looks of it, incredibly healthy. It sprouts these tiny little berries, which are supposed to be incredibly good for, herbivores in the environment. 15's high enough. You know that yew is among the best wood to craft magic with. If you were going to use wood to craft, say, a staff or a wand or a magical door, yew would be among the best that you could find. By the looks of it, nobody's ever, taken this tree down.
I'll relay that all to the group, and I'll also say that, well, it looks like those yew trees are really good for like magical conduits and such. So, I mean, that might be of interest to you, Sandy, or even you, Kat.
That is impressive. Such trees like this, It is nice to be finally in a place that has trees. But ones of a magical nature? It is good to know about.
Also, if you guys needed like food and such, we could go up and maybe like pick some of those berries off of it.
We sure they're edible?
One way to find out.
All right.
I think we can manage just fine on our own without testing out unknown factors of food.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, and I got these berries here that'll keep us well fed for a day.
right.
Tree berries are not known to be often palatable.
Right. Oh, as long as we're leaving that deer alone.
All of you hear Samti quickly bellow out a bit, like a crocodile bellow.
All right. As that happens, you all take note that the doe looks directly at Samdi and then pounces away.
I look at Somdi. You're excused.
Yes, what was that in aid of exactly?
He's just staring at the doe.
It's
Just hopping away.
hopping away.
Like it's Samti's petty.
So yeah, do you want to go over to the tree and eat one of those berries from it?
I will not.
I'll go in and check it out, see what happens.
All right, Glenn. You make your way over to the canopy, and as you stand underneath it, it just feels so incredibly nice underneath the tree. It's very calming, very peaceful. It's nice. You look up at the branches, and there are berries connected to it. None of them have fallen like a few of the leaves began to. You reach up and pluck one.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Slight tart taste to it as well.
What a beautiful delight. It would be such a shame for actually anything to happen to you. I feel like the serenity around here, it feels like even if I just sit down and just meditate for a second, it would just give me a boost. I don't know if I would want the rest of the group to actually try to pick any of the branches off of you. Huh.
Roll me a persuasion.
Whoa. Not good. I'll try to use knowledge of the past too. So that's a D6. Come on, 6. All right, 15.
Okay. 15. You hear from inside of the tree. Thank you.
Who said that? Did you say that? I look at the tree.
Yes. I did.
The earring's on me, right? So I can communicate to the rest of the group?
Yep.
Guys, the tree's talking to me. I don't know if I'm hallucinating or not, but something's going on here.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
You don't have an earring. Oh wait, did
Yeah,
did
no, he
Elfin
does
give
have
you
one.
his?
Yeah, sure. He gave Monkey his. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking.
He's not going to use it.
You're right. Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's realistic. It's what would.
And his character's definitely smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Samdi, as your frustration continues, you hear the voice from inside the tree as well. I've been here a very long time. One of the keepers of the flora and fauna.
I snap over at the word fauna. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I'm annoyed. And I'm just going to be over here. Annoyed. And it just kind of gets off the horse that he's the murder horse. It's just gonna quickly just chomp down on the berry that the monkey gave. I was just like, God, I have to do.
You scared me for a minute there.
Chomp down on the horse? Jesus. Even I'm not that crazy. I need that thing. Maybe when I'm done.
All right.
You all seem like nice folk. Thank you
Yeah.
for not trying to kill the fauna.
Of course. Is there anything we can do for you, Mr. Tree, while we're in the
Name's Hugh.
area? Hugh, nice to meet you. I'm Monkey. This is Brother Glenn. This is other
Yeah.
brother Samdi. And this is Bart. That's Cat.
You have a very diverse family.
Yes, we are very close family.
That's nice. If you would like to eat another berry, you are free to. Please save some for the fauna.
Sounds about right.
Will do.
Yeah, those berries were delicious, man.
Thank you. I made them myself.
Joey, do we see any other wildlife besides the deer that ran off? Or
There's been a couple of rodents lurking around. As for larger game, that doe's been the largest one you've seen recently. But
okay.
in general, you've seen, more of them around.
Okay. And then as far as any bird life, are we hearing birds, seeing birds?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, Hugh, we're traveling our way through these unknown crosslands. You know any routes that could get us through to the Farsate mountains?
Oh, no. I haven't moved away from here in... maybe a few hundred years.
Right on. It's a long life you lived.
Thank you.
Thank you. I lived it myself.
However, I know that many yew trees have been destroyed for mages. I do not mind having my branches trimmed. It is healthy. If you need some branches.
That's mighty kind of you, Hugh.
Oh, I'm overdue for a cut.
Well, guys, you heard the tree. Maybe we should trim him down a bit.
Don't make it sound so almonds. It would be our honor to take some of your branches as an offering for our magical research. If that would be okay with you, sir.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said.
Sir, do we know any like wards or like protective stuff that we could make sure no one else tries to like abuse like what you're offering to people?
Oh, don't worry. I don't offer my berries except to people I wish, and if anyone were to come here and try hurting me or the fauna nearby are quite powerful.
All right. Well, we got Bart here, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
Stab the tree.
Yep.
You want to bet?
Hey, Hugh. You mind if I try one of those berries?
Of
Kinda.
course you may.
Curious now. And I will try a berry, and I'm ready to use my game advantage if I need to.
All right, you pluck a berry and sweet, slightly tart, tastes good.
Then you bite into the stone.
Nothing happens though. It just tastes good.
Oh, so okay, it's a stoneless berry.
It's a stoneless berry.
Lucky.
So you see those branches over to my left. You can trim the edges off of them.
Oh, hold on.
Do any of you have any tools that would help you with this?
That's what I'm looking for now.
Let's see. So
I have, a sword.
You know your pack
So-
weapon can turn into anything you want it to, right?
It can, yes. I may
So-
turn it to a hand axe.
So I have my herbalism kit, a short sword of monster slaying, and what's it called? And also my winged boots, so I could like fly up there to like
Right.
cut the exact trims.
The herbalism kit would have trimming shears inside of it. Meant for plants, but some plants have really thick roots, so it should still work on this just with a bit more force. You are
Mm.
going to need somebody else to hold the other end of the branch since you're one-handing it right now.
Right.
All right.
Don't worry, I can help you. And he'll just withdraw. Like, he'll make the motion to pull his longsword out of its sheath, but it will actually just pull the handle of a hand axe, and then a hand axe blade appears. Here, use this.
I was kind of expecting you to get like giant garden shears just here.
Cut.
Just some secateurs, just
Alrighty. Yep, you can just cut right there and right there and right there. Ooh, that feels a little nice. Oh, I can breathe a little better. Roll me a survival check. Let's see how much you get.
Hold on, can I help him with that?
Absolutely.
All right. We'll do another knowledge of the past. 20 with the advantage. And then another d6. So 23.
Aren't you happy with a +2?
Thanks for it.
Alrighty, so 23. Alrighty. You get one long branch that is going to be 7 feet long that he needed trimmed. You get about 8 small branches, which are perfect for making into charcoal for spell crafting, which would be the equivalent of like 1 cost of charcoal / incense worth of materials. Or coal and material. Yeah. And then you get 2 small branches that are 2 feet long each. Oh, I think that's all the trimming I needed. Thank you very much. If any of
course.
you want to sit here and enjoy my berries, you're welcome to. Remember, just share with the fauna.
Glad we could help you out, Hugh.
Me too.
Just adding all the items that I got.
Mm-hmm. So, you've successfully survived your first encounter in the Crosslands.
Voice.
My God.
Yep. Oh, it could have gone badly, but it's just
That I actually succeeded.
yeah. Well, take care, everybody, and there have been hunters out here recently that try to attack the fauna against the season, and well, any of the fauna that have been enjoying my berries since they were born, I gave them the ability to not be affected by anything that is not within the natural order of things. So warn those hunters. Somebody shot himself, and I'd rather more people not get shot. Super fauna.
Will do,
Oh
Hugh.
my God.
We'll be sure to spread that warning across.
Good. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.
Right, thank you, Hugh.
Goodbye, Hugh.
And then you continue your journey. Going across the open landscape, at this point, it is your guys' call. Are you heading directly towards the mountain itself, or are you heading towards Sipit?
Probably need to go to the city to get climbing gear just in case we need it up in the mountains.
Sounds right.
Yeah, a mining town definitely sounds like it's going to have useful things for traversing the mountains. So I think detouring over to here to pick up some supplies, and then
Who knows?
also
maybe-
try and get information about this healing wench.
And I was also thinking that who knows, maybe we can find some kind of crafter there that could like turn these long branches or the short branches into useful items for the group.
Wands.
You
Yeah,
know who to call
because
her
they're-
a healing wench.
Yeah, they got like magical properties and such, so or they're good with magical properties and such, so I think that could be useful.
Healing wench, also known as a pocket potion. I play too many MMOs. Anyways. All right, if that's the direction you all wish to head, we need a new survival check from one of y'all heading towards that town in particular. As quickly as possible, that is.
All right, Glenn, you want to roll? I'll help.
Yeah, sure. And I still have 2 more knowledge of the past today, so I'll use another one. Ugh. Come on, need a 6. Okay, 18.
Need a 6? The DC to travel across an open plains isn't 20.
Well,
Like,
I mean, I was just thinking max numbers I can roll.
yeah. All right, guys, are we heading the right way? Well, the mountain is there. So at worst, kinda. Alrighty. You all are traveling in the proper direction. It takes you a few more days before you end up hearing loud banging noises and large crashing sounds coming from up ahead. As you round past a small uplift that all of you were on, you see this divot down towards this large settlement. The territory that it takes up is just about across 3 miles or so. And it is compact with a lot of stone-crafted buildings as well. You see the river cuts directly through this town with a large pathway, similar to that of Casino. Since all of you spent a good amount of time there, there is that primary cut through Casino of the river. As you look around, the crashing noise seems to be coming from an uplifted platform, and you then see that there is numerous different buildings built into the platforms of the mountain itself, and towards the top of one of them, you can make out what appears to be a very large opening into the mountain. About 100 feet wide, give or take, and maybe about 40 or 50 feet tall. As you look over at this incredible revolutionary city, you also see that they are churning and shaping and molding stone and ores into this location. Very large mining town. And town does not really give it justice. This is a mining city.
Uh-huh.
What?
Nice. That's handy.
So, as you all look at it, begin traveling down, you see there's a lot of bartering in the streets and a lot of high octane energy from individuals. There's a good amount of dwarfs, good amount of halflings, a few gnomes as well, and there is a significant lack of humans here, actually. There's more bugbears, more half-elves, elves, more half-orcs, orcs, even goblins. Just not a whole lot of humans.
I mean, not that abnormal considering we came from an elf-populated city earlier, but this is refreshing. Nice to be the tallest person for quite a while around.
Until you see all of the orcs walking by.
Canonically, orcs are short. They're like 5 foot tops, I think.
Not orcs. Nah, half orcs are people size. Orcs are like 7, 8 feet tall.
Fair. Yeah, this is a cool city. Just keep cat on a short leash.
One of the people bumps into you. We're fucking watch it. And just keeps marching through the city.
Hey, I'm walking here.
That was it. You fucking watch it, man.
Joey,
Yeah.
as he bumps into Bart, can I take the opportunity to grab something?
Off of Bart? Sure.
No, not
just-
off the orc that's walking by.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand. Yeah. The orc is no longer wearing pants. As he's walking. No. The individual had a belt with a bunch of tools on it wrapped around himself. Apparently some type of like foreman's belt or of some variety. And Monkey, you're now holding it, looking at the multiple different styles of hammers, different chisels, different like cutting utensils, even a miniature like looking glass that makes things look a little closer up than they would have before.
Perfect. I will kind of wrap it up, and then in a little bit I'll find a place to just kind of set it down in the street.
And you all notice the energy of that individual seems pretty congruent with the energy of everybody in this town. They're moving very quickly. They're trying to get to work. They're trying to leave work. They're trying to get their drinks. Like, it's a very high energy location, and people don't just stand around. Even with just waiting for a few moments, Samdi, Glenn, and Bart all definitely notice that you're being watched by a lot of people, because that's just weird. Who stands still, like, out in the open?
We should make our move. Try and find some kind of mountaineering supplies. Surely that's something. There's got to be some kind of outdoorsman shop here.
Yeah, I think we can find a place to rest for the night and do a little bit of shopping before we're heading into the mountains.
Sounds like a solid plan. So,
Do we see any inns, taverns, signs?
There's a lot of inns, taverns, and, well, you see a lot of signs everywhere. The primary language in this location appears to be Orcish. Bartikov, you've become mildly familiar with Orcish thanks to your time with Lakudra. Sometimes in the moments of bliss and ecstasy, that is the only things that she would speak. So yeah.
I mean,
Perfect. I will.
So if any of you don't speak it, at least Bart recognizes it.
Here.
oh
this
yeah, I'm
one
really
over
good
here.
at recognizing Orcish writing from an
Well, yeah,
Orcish woman
she
screaming,
has
"Oh God!
journals, and
Oh God!"
she has a lot of things, like, you notice, you know. Oh yeah, that's the same script
Oh.
as Orcish.
All right. There's been a few places to stay for the night that I see, and we can always ask around. Excuse me, sir. You
Sure.
and I will speak in Orcish. I will speak in Orcish. You got a good place around here you can recommend for travelers to spend the night?
We don't really get a whole lot of travelers in. Mostly investors, so you're probably going to be looking at a pricier location. Right over there, we have the Devil's Den, if you're interested in that. We also have the Mask and the Marade over there. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we might be looking to invest. We're checking things out, but thank you very much. And
Yeah,
I
no
will
problem.
say to the party, all right, over there we got this is a good one up here. This den place we'll go to.
all right.
And we'll head over to the den.
You're going to the Devil's Den?
Yep. And Monkey did not say Devil's Den. He just said the
Just
den.
said then.
Yep. Heading out front, immediately everybody sees that there is the image of an imp smirking on a big sign out front of this location. And as you are walking towards it, you notice that there's a couple of tieflings out front drinking some type of hot ale with their tails, watching all of you as you are approaching. As you make it to the front door, an imp appears in front of you and pushes the door open. Well, hello, gents. How you doing today?
Very fine, thank you. Thank you for your service in opening the door. Is this a standard procedure for this establishment? It's very, very impressive.
Absolutely. Only the finest for the people who are going to be staying here, of course.
Well, you have our thanks. We look forward to patronizing your establishment.
Well,
walk in.
As you enter inside, you see this incredibly dark and very lovely looking establishment. The flames from the heath is barely glowing well enough to illuminate outwards towards the entire establishment. If anybody didn't have dark vision, it'd be very unfortunate for them to be in such an establishment. However, all of the chairs are made out of this very fine red leather. They have very short tables for people to sit at, and everything in here looks expensive. The glasses are all cut and crystal. They have this impeccable bar made out of some darkened, well-polished wood, and the back row of drinks is all on display from multiple different cultures and multiple different communities and locations and makes, and everything in here looks pricey. As you're walking up, the imp will poof in front of you all again, standing on a little lip underneath the actual bar, so he's not walking where people put their drinks. So, I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. How long you planning on being in town?
Just the one night for now. A quick stop off before we head into the mountains.
Ah, you got some business in the mountains. Well, if you're planning on keeping your things here, and I assume your trustworthy mounts as well, we can tend to them in your absence while you're in the mountains themselves. Of course, horses don't really do too well when it comes to traveling up and down them.
I heard in some northern cultures the horses are better at scaling the mountains than the men.
Maybe in the northern cultures, not out here.
That would be much appreciated, depending on cost. I don't suppose you look like a discerning gentleman who keeps one's ear to the ground for information. There is something we are looking for in the mountains of someone.
May we conduct our business of stay before we conduct any other businesses first? He waves his hand, and you watch as a black feather quill appears and a long piece of paper appears as well. Alrighty, so we're looking for 5 individuals with how much accommodations would you like? Would you just like a resting place and a place to keep all of your steeds? Or are you looking for massages, special treatments, bed and breakfast, special orders, playrooms, penthouse, anything?
I think the playroom and the penthouse might be a bit overboard, but I think the full works of bed, breakfast, and some nice rooms would be appreciated after our journey. What would that set us back for the 5 of us?
Well, for 5 of you, if you all want your own rooms, unless some of you are coupling. His eyes go between Bart and Cat and then between Monkey and Glenn.
Separate rooms would be fine.
Don't speak for Glenn. Don't speak for Glenn and Monkey. Maybe they want to room you up.
Hey, Somdi, you want to grab a room with us, or
I'm
you
fine
be okay
on
on your own?
So Monkey and Glenn, are the 2 of you going to share a room?
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I mean, somebody, don't you want
the Lord in my own ways?
They walk in. It's literally. It's the heart. It's the heart.
The
Bed.
heart-shaped bed.
But I mean, wouldn't you want to room with someone, Sandy? Because you don't got much on you, right? I mean, I don't think you're gonna kill this guy.
No one knows I don't have much on me.
Oh,
They
that's
just
right.
saw me with a horse.
Yep. So,
I've got this one covered.
well, mighty kind of you there, Bart.
Very well. Well, for just one evening, the total is going to be 25 gold. However, if you wish to extend your stay past that, you have until tomorrow at noon to tell me you're extending, and that'll be an additional 5 gold per night. Total.
Mighty kind of you.
Of course. Of course, you have to sign our contract. Hands you
Doesn't
over
have
a
to be
piece
in
of
blood,
paper.
does it?
Oh, that would be very unsanitary. Still smiling, though.
I'll just give it a quick glance over. I mean, I'm not the smartest man in the room, but I can read.
Yeah, roll me an investigation.
Do I get advantage? Oh, I don't speak infernal. I speak abyssal. Fuck.
Ha ha ha! Get 11.
Distinctly mediocre.
One thing does stand out to you in this contract. It does stipulate that if you are to happen to perish through mysterious or unknown means, including of heart attack or of old age, while on the premises, they will own everything that you leave behind.
Including soul?
No, you don't leave a soul behind. You leave possessions, physical
Oh.
possessions behind.
I mean, okay, fine. Yeah.
So if any of y'all die, they own everything.
Like if you mysteriously fall out the 6th floor of a hospital window.
Yeah. I mean, beats paying the medical bills.
Oh, shit.
That
Cheaper
hits
to
you
just
right.
cheaper to just fall out the hospital room, leave behind your phone. They can keep your phone and then just pay 1,000 gold for someone to res you. It's cheaper than paying for medical care.
I wish
Anywho.
that wasn't true.
That is quite an interesting clause. I should hope I don't have to sleep with one eye open. And he'll be signing. Like,
Yep. No, of course not. This is just a precaution in case anything does happen to you. You look like adventurers, so I'm just using the typical adventurer's loadout, of course.
is not the problem.
Adventurers have a tendency to just mysteriously die randomly sometimes. Why not make some extra bucks off of it?
Well, then you're not skipping out on people's payment. Or do you take payment in advance?
Oh, we take payment in advance.
It's perfectly reasonable. 25 total.
And keep in mind, if you wish to extend your stay, it's an extra 5 gold total, not each. Per
Sort
night.
of thing. He'll pop 2 platinum and 5 gold on the table.
Swoop! And thank you all very much.
It is our pleasure. Now, does this include... Is this all inclusive at this price, or doing still by the bar?
Oh, well, you don't have open bar access, of course. You can have any 3 drinks for the evening and morning, divided how you see fit, that are on the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd shelf. You can't have anything from the back room or 4th shelf without paying for it out of pocket.
More than reasonable. Thank you very much. Ale all around? Mead? Mead. Oh, I haven't had mead in so long. No bees in the bakwa.
No bees in a bakwa. Horrible. And of course, we warm it up ourselves using a special hellfire.
Glenn
What a
gets a
treat.
shiver.
Don't worry, it is the safe kind. Yes, that would, well, at least 2 meats for myself and Miss Catherine here. Whatever else do you guys want?
Try it. Try this Hellfire Warned mead.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's warm. It's delicious, but it is warm, which may be strange to you.
Nice.
It'll quench you.
Yeah. Any of you that are unaware of how, well, warm ale is, or warm mead is when you have it, it kind of like expands your throat as you're drinking it a little bit, which is an odd sensation, and it is kind of like a hot tea. It's just alcoholic. in
Yeah.
nature.
Well, that was an experience.
An experience indeed. If you'll excuse me. I'm gonna walk over to where I last saw the imp.
He's gonna kill him.
Just fucking grab the imp and strangle it.
Yep. You come over to the imp. Hello, sir. How could I help you today? Any special requests?
Where would the rooms be?
Oh, right behind that curtain over there.
Thanks. And I immediately do I have the key with me, or is it like
No, no keys. He just told you room numbers.
I walk over to my room number?
Yep. It's 616, 626, 636, 646, 656.
Nice.
626.
Do you want 626?
Experiment 626.
Ohana means family.
I embody none of that.
Yep. Ohana means murder. Anyways.
I walk over and I place my hand on the doorknob.
Yep. You see a marking appear on the doorknob.
Do I know the marking?
Oh, it's just an... do you speak Infernal?
I do not.
Then no. Looks magical.
I twist.
The door opens.
I close it behind me.
Closed.
Is the room decent?
Looking inside, this room is fairly big. You have a large bed that has a nice canopy over top of it, with these dark black curtains that would stop anybody from, seeing what's going on there, but also stop any daylight from touching you. There's a balcony that you can walk out of with large black curtains covering that as well. There's a foot locker, no lock on it. Of course, usually in rooms you have to bring that yourself. And there is a very nice throw rug that is the distinct color of blood, red.
Out of character, Jess would love this place.
Oh, yeah. It's super gothic.
I'm gonna quickly cast See Invisible.
Okay. You cast the spell and look around. There does not appear to be anything invisible inside.
Mm. I will. Do I have a piece of string on me? I probably don't. Yeah, no, I'm going to just sleep for the night. I am done with the day.
Alrighty. Sandy goes to rest. Everybody else?
I'm gonna
is-
follow up
Yeah.
and see if I can get that information out of our little impy friend.
All right. You come back over to him and he'll look over at you. How do you enjoy the mead?
Fantastic. Tastes just like home, only smokier when it's warmed.
We have smokier varieties, of course.
I might have to explore that little line and see how much smoke is too much. It was a good feeling.
Good,
Well,
good.
About our earlier conversation, information-wise, is that something you are able to assist with, or could you point me in the right direction?
Oh, sir, there are many different secrets all around this city that just so happens that us invisible small folk are really good at picking up on.
That is what I had thought. We have the reason we are in town is we are about to head off into the mountains, but we have heard that there has been a traveling healer of sorts in the area. Because if you had noticed, our friend Glenn, he recently took quite a serious injury to his arm, and we're in search of someone with the power to restore lost limbs.
Well, if you are interested, we do have a contract available with Asmodeus, where he could restore body limbs as well and such like that.
I mean, good to keep on the back burner, but I assume the price is more than just gold.
Oh, of course. I mean, you could pay the gold for it, but that'll be about 10,000.
Oof.
Right.
I mean,
Or
I
you
could
just sign the Devil's Hand contract.
assuming that entails, souls and eternal damnation.
Souls,
fortitude.
damnation. Please. For a missing limb, that's a little pricey. People sell... Souls are a premium commodity. Very
Don't I know it?
premium. Nah, just very simple stipulation that whenever the hand goes idle, that the devil may use it however they see fit.
Glenn, you have an earpiece, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're like, hey, do you want to bypass this whole trekking into the mountains? Impy boy might have a way of restoring your arm a little quicker.
Well, I think it might, Glenn. I don't mean to speak for you. You can give your, but you might want to check out all options first.
Right. Well, I mean, if it's a quick fix and it doesn't hamper the group too much in our progress of doing what we got to do. Otherwise, we could try to track it down, but I mean,
Well, patience is a virtue.
how
Whatever.
familiar are you with contracts with devils?
contracts with what now?
Devils. Particularly in this case, Asmodeus. Imprint says that can do what he calls Devil's Hand contract. Gets you a new arm, but when it is not in use, the devil can do with it as he sees fits.
What? Well, I mean,
Might have some unexpected consequences, but certainly quick and easy.
Yeah, but those consequences can last an eternity.
yeah, and I don't really like the idea of someone having a control of my body part. I like to be in control of myself. I'm a big fan of free will.
That's fair. Interesting choice of faith then, but fair enough. He'll just after the
How do
quick
you mean?
mental conversation, he'll turn back to the imp and say, "Nah, it does not seem he is too fond of that idea, but I will keep it in mind in case something else comes up.
Right.
Won't be much use for me, unfortunately. My souls are spoken for, but
So, I suppose that means you're looking for information about a special someone who came through here not too long ago.
indeed, seems to be following in the wake of bodies bursting into hellfire.
Don't know nothing about that. However, there was a small collapse in the Tizier mines right here. You're not here, Glenn. You can't insight. And this individual you're seeking went down there maybe 3 or 4 days ago, trying to help out with people who might have been trapped in the collapse.
Yeah. Any news of them coming back out again, or would they still be down there?
Presumably still down there.
Well, saves us going up into the mountains.
And their name is Neshtar.
Sure.
Just Neshtar. She's a druidess. Druid? Druidess. Is it sexist to distinguish them?
No, it's the same as calling someone actor and actress. It's, you know.
But I've had an actress get pissed off at me about that.
Thespians. They'll get pissed off at anything.
True enough.
But, no, this has been most helpful.
Of course. Now, a tip?
Absolutely. Say, what would you say is the, your most favorite from the top shelf? What would you recommend?
Dragon's Fire.
Ooh. I'll have 2 glasses of that then, please. One for myself and one for you.
10 gold for you, sir. Each.
Ooh. Good shit, good shit.
He
I'm
takes
picturing you pointing to Somdi. He'll pay for it.
This is
Bring it
this
on
is
down.
exactly why I left.
Nobody can blame him for shit. So, you go ahead and watch as he flies up to the top shelf, takes down this very large-looking bottle that has 2 large wings on the side of it and the twisting, contorting body of 5 serpentine-like dragons, each representing a different color. Do you speak Draconic by any chance?
One guy
No.
that does is asleep at the moment.
Are you proficient in religion?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's very ostentatious and a whole bunch of chromatic dragons on it. And when he starts pouring it into the shot glass, you watch as the shot glass glows a bright red,
Damn.
and the liquid ignites with a bluish flame on top,
Ah.
just from connecting with the air. He pours a second
Oh.
one, holds it up. Well, I hope you don't die, and if you do, look like you got some pretty stuff on you.
He'll let out a. Is it gonna piss off this imp if I make a toast in celestial or abyssal? I feel like that-
Which one will be worse? You're proficient at both. Abyssal.
Yeah.
They don't like the gods or the celestials. They fucking despise Abyssal.
Yeah, no, he will stick with Russish instead. Nastrovia. Slam it back.
Not a goat yet. As you
assume it's-
take the shot, oh yeah, it would burn really, really badly. That is a very nice spice. Very nice spice.
Wow, it's good.
One fucker
Reminds
that's
me of
immune
my
to
mother's
fire.
spicy dumplings.
I like you. Next one's on the house. And he flies up and pours another couple of shots. You know, I've never
I take it it's
met
still
a mortal.
viciously alcoholic, right?
Oh, yeah, no, you're getting fucking wrecked.
Nice.
Yeah, but this, he'll explain to you. You know, I've never met a mortal who can just shoot that without showing anything about it. Usually they complain, oh, it's too hot. And then some people, they sear their throat shut as well. You know,
You sneaky little shit.
hey, you're the one who asked.
Eh,
Not a goat yet.
better point.
Cheers.
Boom.
Yeah. And after just 2 shots and that mead earlier, you're toasty. You're right there.
Yeah. I think he'll just end up like he'll let everyone else go to bed or do whatever they're doing. He's probably gonna dump. What did he say? It was 10 gold a shot.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna dump like another 30 gold into his evening drinking with the imp.
Okay, at 30 gold, you're going to be very hungover tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bad day, but that's fine.
Yep. He'll just pour
It's
himself
fine.
shots
We're
for
going
free.
somewhere. We're going somewhere dark, so we're okay.
And all of the rooms happen to have blackout curtains and canopies. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And all of the rooms are soundproof.
Oh.
Jesus.
You hear
I
nothing
mean-
but your own breathing.
Oh god.
This is
Nice.
such a fucking.
Welcome to the Devil's Den.
Welcome to the Devil's Den.
And everybody, I think this is a wonderful place for us to end the session. Come back next week with everybody here. And you finally get into the Tazar mines. Everybody out there who stuck with us this entire time or just popped in and said hi, thank you so much for watching along and enjoying everything with us. If you're interested in joining any of our games like this one, we do have open slots available. You all only have to reach out to me and let me know. But I think that's going to be everything from me. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Goodbye.